Moving your business online. Vital information about online business safety and avoiding identity theft. So you have to protect your customer data. They are really putting personal, very personal information. You're getting residential addresses, credit card information. They're really, when a customer purchases your products and your services online, they are trusting you to protect their information, and they're also trusting that the images and the descriptions on your website effectively display the product that they're getting or the service that they're hiring. So don't take that trust for granted. That's going to be the core of differentiating your business as more and more businesses decide to try online operations. So I would say that online business safety, although it is often overlooked when you're first getting into e-commerce, it is one of the aspects of e-commerce that we focus on more than many of the other aspects. Once your e-commerce website is safe, everything else will fall into place, because every time you look into your website security, you are putting your business and your customer first. Protecting your customer data. So of course, once again, PCI DSS compliant. Encrypt your data. Avoid storing card details at all. A properly set up e-commerce website will encrypt customer cards and information. So as soon as that transaction is processed, that information, that card number, that address, even in many cases, and the expiration dates and so forth will be entirely encrypted as soon as your customer presses submit. So that ensures that nobody can come or no hacker, I should say, can get into your system and download this data, retain it, and use it for malicious purposes. Do not accept credit card data on a non-secure online form that has no encryption capabilities. In some instances, a business may be tempted to just create a form which allows a customer to put in this information, and then they receive the form by email and probably go to a physical normal swipe terminal and enter the card details based on the information that the customer provided on the form. Most consumers are now wary of that process and can identify when a form is a genuine e-commerce online payment form or a regular customized online form. But just don't do that, because that information is going over the internet and it can be intercepted by a hacker and used for their own purposes. And you'll be the one that suffers the damages for that process. And that takes us back to the Cayman Islands data protection law and those $100,000 fines. Do not store credit card information whatsoever. Don't write it down. Don't keep it in email. Don't take it over the phone. Don't accept it by email. It's just really not advisable, especially now that the world has really gone into e-commerce mode. Hackers are just really ramping up their action and their processes, and they're looking for any and every way to intercept data as it transmits over lines. So just never write that stuff down. Avoid taking it over the phone or through non-secured forms or by email. And if I wouldn't even advise on doing it at all, but if it's being done, it's best to take the information in pieces. For example, they call you with the first 8 digits and email you with the last 8 digits. But I just would not advise you to even consider that as a possibility for accepting payments for your products or services. And it's not true e-commerce. I've just put some of the frequently used e-commerce terms on the slide, and that's something that if you want to read those or familiarize yourself with those, get to know those, you can always request a copy of the presentation so that you can go over it in your own time and refer to it as needed. So those are there, and I definitely won't go through them right now. But they're there and they're good to know. And they'll also help you if you're going to go through the development process on your own. And it'll help you with going through the paperwork with the bank if you're going to be trying to get your own e-merchant accounts and setting up your own payment gateway and so forth.